This is Don Hodor from the Marcellus Shell and Southpointe Chamber of Commerce, and we have with us here today Larry Maggi, and he has just been elected as a new commissioner in Washington County.
Yes, that's correct. I just completed my 8th year service and getting ready for 4 more years.
So this is how many terms have you run for?
I've just completed 2 terms, and this is my 3rd term I'm going into now.
So that would be around 2003 was your first term?
Yes, that's correct.
2003. So what changes, if any, have you seen in the last, 8 or 9 years since you've been commissioner?
Well, one of the biggest changes we've experienced here is the growth in the Marcellus Shell industry, the gas industry, the energy industry. It's just been phenomenal what has gone on here in Washington County, and it's a good time and a good place to be. Right now we're creating a lot of jobs. We're creating a lot of millionaires per capita of people we have here because of the energy field, and it's just a lot of good things going on here. Not only are we experiencing a lot of growth through the Marcellus Shell industry, we have other industries that also are locating here because of the cheap energy and the perspective of being cheap energy in the future.
So energy is less expensive here because we are the source?
Absolutely. The transmission is where a lot of the cost is, and we have Energies who's anticipating the Marcellus Shell growth, and they're moving here. We've got some steel companies that are moving here. We've got some international companies that became involved here because of the Marcellus Shell. So a lot of good things going on.
Well, by the way, I have to apologize for the sound. We have an event over in the next room for everybody listening, but that's part of the fun. I noticed running the chamber. I founded it 15 years ago, and it's been a steady growth community without the energy opportunity. So I guess this is just like turbocharging Washington County, and then you add to that. The tax structure is still favorable as compared to the other counties nearby?
Absolutely. One of the things we like to tout here in Washington County is we have one of the lowest tax rates in southwestern Pennsylvania, and that attracts a lot of people here because we have such low taxes, and that's what I think spurs our growth here. But not only that is we have a lot of quality of life issues going on here, a lot of green space, and with this gas industry going on and with the other growth, we're very protective of our environment still. We're making sure we have the green space, and we're making sure that we're growing smart.
Well, I know we're here having this interview in Southpointe, and it's been known as the model community in terms of, we have a golf course, we have people that live here, and at the same time we have some very high-end office buildings. And let's address that because I understand that Southpointe is considered the capital of the gas energy business in the whole Marcellus Shell program. Is that because of the companies that have located here?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons, but we like to promote ourselves here in Washington County as the energy capital of the East because of many of the major players have come here with their home offices here, and that has made us a very attractive place. Our parks here are filling up pretty fast, and we're trying to find more places for people to grow and to come and find as their home. So we are moving forward, and as we had mentioned, the gas industry is a major part of it.
Well, we're excited about it, and I know the Chamber is getting phone calls every day, people wanting to move. They want to identify with this area. And would like to say to those that are out there listening to this program, you don't have to be directly in the gas oil industry to take advantage of it. Car dealerships, copy machine companies, service stations, farm machinery companies are booming because of the trickle down. Because let's face it, when Farmer Jones gets a nice windfall, $800,000. The first thing he's going to do is go out and invest it, and in other businesses, and he's going to invest it in buying a car and homes and so forth. So it's definitely a plus. Has anybody come up with what's the unemployment rate in Washington County compared to other counties?
Well, we're 7.1. We're way below the national average, and we're way below the state average also. So we're pretty happy about that. And as you mentioned, the trickle-down theory, each well, I did some research, each well that's drilled here, and we've got over 500 permitted already, is 82 professions, 82 careers go into each well that's drilled. And that's everything, as you mentioned earlier, from catering to hauling water to providing food and everything else, to lawyers, to truck drivers. So that's very important when you're thinking about the gas industry.
Yeah, and the nice thing about the gas industry too is that in spite of what a lot of people are saying about the whole environment, it's probably the softest or easiest on our environment in terms of actual effect of we're not stripping land, we're not drilling holes and going down into them physically. We don't have those kind of issues. This is a really very green product, especially when a well's done. I guess it's just capped off and you can hardly tell it's there.
Yeah, it's actually, we're allowing people to monetize their assets, and they can continue. It takes a very small footprint once it's completed, and the people can continue living there, farming there, continuing their family way of life. And it's really been an asset. But as we said a little bit earlier, that's not the only thing going on in Washington County.
Yeah, that was my next question. What else do we have going on?
We have a lot of other things going on here in the county. Everything from we have a titanium steel business going on that we're actually providing the steel for a new Boeing fleet of jets in Seattle.
Washington County.
Yes, actually.
How many would a building like that employ?
Right now they employ a couple hundred, but
really?
they just got a contract, and that's exciting right now. It's not the old steel industry we used to have, but it's specialty
steel. What can you do as commissioners to entice companies to move to Washington County?
Well, we try to provide a good environment for people wanting to come here. I don't think government creates jobs. I think the private sector creates jobs, and I think we need to make sure that we don't intrude into that process, but we have to provide a climate by, I think low taxes is a good start. I think the infrastructure, the roads is a good start, and I think those are things that Washington County is providing. And the quality of life issues too. We've got some local amenities that we're proud of to make people want to move here.
You know what's really nice about this is Southpointe is 17 minutes from downtown Pittsburgh, and you can go to a Penguin game, you can go see the Steelers, you can see the ball teams, opera, orchestras, anything that you want is literally a half-hour drive from here. So you're out in the suburbs, you're in a nice environment where it's your kids can play in the backyard. You don't have to be looking out the back window, but at the same time you can hop in the car and be part of that urban lifestyle.
And quite honestly, having a background in law enforcement, we have one of the lowest crime rates here in Washington County, as nationwide and state. Our average crime rate is lower than the whole state of Pennsylvania. So we're proud of that. And as you mentioned, the quality of life issues. We've got professional teams within 17, 18 minutes, and we got a semi-professional team, minor league baseball, in 10 minutes. And we have three of the finest county parks. I think we'd match anywhere in Washington County, all within 10 or 15 mile drive.
Well, we didn't mention too is maybe you could talk a little about the impact and the economic impact of the new casino that's here not even, a year ago?
Right. It's been here probably a little bit over a year, but we have a casino which is located right off Interstate 79. It's providing a lot of employment, and it's also, the county recognizes almost $10 million a year from that casino, which we're able to put into projects in Washington County, and we've
So
done
we're not
that.
going to have a tax increase for a while.
Unfortunately,
is that a first announcement here?
Unfortunately, well, we're not this year. We're next year, but unfortunately, we're not allowed to apply that to the taxes. We have to use that. Right, that's written into the legislation. We can't reduce our tax rate with that windfall.
So what happens with the $10 million?
Well, what we do with it, we put it in forms of grants. Infrastructure is important: sewage, water, our parks, creating an environment such as Southpointe, putting in
4-lane highway.
Almost lights and making sure our traffic flows okay, and we don't have a lot of traffic types.
Was there anything else? Well, we want to welcome you back. Obviously, you've done a great job, and we're on track with no major issues. At least I don't see anything on CNN negative about Washington County, which is a good thing, by the way. Is there anything you'd like to add that we should know about?
We just Washington County is just a good, wholesome community. It's a good, wholesome county, and we have that country charm. You come here, we're pro-business, we're business-friendly environment. We welcome business here, but yet we still have our green space, and we still have space to move around, our water, our forest, and you don't find that in a lot of places, and I think that's so important. We're developing, but we're developing smart, and you can still find that place of solitude if you need to get away. So Washington County is a place to be right now. We're one of the 3 best counties in the nation right now. So
other than calling the Southpointe Chamber of Commerce, which will be on the bottom of this video, how would we contact you if I wanted to move into the community as a business?
Well, you just go to the Washington County website, and you could find my email address or the county website, and just leave a message that, hey, you're interested in moving to Washington County, and you're interested in Southpointe, and we'll
take care of it.
We'll contact you and make sure the proper people get in touch with you to facilitate that project.
Well, you heard it. You want to contact our commissioner, Larry Maggi, and this is Don Hodor from the Southpointe Chamber of Commerce, Marcellus Shell Chamber, thanking you for the interview.
Thank you, Don.